How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another video where we're talking about Altered Carbon Season 2. This is Episode 7, and oh boy, all hell breaks loose in this particular episode. And you know what? We finally get our answer of what's been going on, what has been happening to Quell, and so forth. So, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? I guess to start off like where the episode left off, where you have the science team kind of combing through the destruction of the battlefield, seeing all of the burnt bodies of the soldiers, and I guess Kovac P is the only one that survives. I guess he was left behind, and everyone else ran off. And to some extent, the governor tries to go to Jaeger to try to convince him to help, but unfortunately, at first he's reluctant, but she gives him what he wants, which is basically something that apparently he was denied when he stopped the first uprising, which is a legacy. So she offers him that, is basically if they catch Kel, Kovac, and so on, then he would have a legacy on the planet. So it's him thinking about greed, as well as using Kovac to fuel that greed to get what he wants. On the run, Kovac, Quell, and the bounty hunter are trying to, or Temps, I believe. Temp? I'm hoping I said her name correctly. Temp, Kovac, and Quell are on the run, and at one point, Quell starts getting sick, and it turns out that this is, well, at least this entire time, her condition starts getting worse, and it turns out that whatever's happening to her, that happened to apparently Temp's brother, which they did a VR to scan his brain. Apparently it came from the tree, the song spire. So they're trying to figure out what the heck happened. So what they end up doing with Diggs and Poe is they create a construct that would apparently isolate. I thought this was actually really cool, a cool idea, but I guess they mentioned the risk. What they plan on doing is remove Quell's code out of her body and put it in this construct. And I guess as the construct, while she's in the construct, so will be whatever may be causing her to act the way she is or causing harm to her health. So what ends up happening next is Kovac plans to go in with her. And so the entire time, Kovac is trying to figure out what's going on. And as it's discovered early on, there's some kind of invader, which we find out is apparently these one of the last elders that keeps being brought up in the show. And right now, with everything going on, the governor and everyone else are trying to figure out what's going on, how Quell was able to, I guess, harness angel fire, as it was called. But it's just freaking insane to think about all this. It's like, so Quell, or Elder Quell, I'm going to call it, because the Elder disguises itself as Quell, shows Kovac what happened. And apparently the founders of the planet came and found the song spire that was basically a nursery for the elders. And I guess they had orders that if they found any intelligent life, they would go to another planet. But the guy, Harlan, didn't want to go to another planet, so he proceeded to destroy the life on the planet. And that's why the Elder is pissed. That's why the Elder wanted to kill the founders. It's because they wanted revenge. So, as Kovaci is trying to confront the Elder, they're able to get the construct working. Oh, actually, I should mention this really cool segment where it turns out that the wife of Temp and her son get kidnapped. So she uses Kovaci's sleeve to track down her wife and son and take down the governor and her subordinates, which I thought was a really cool scene. Temp, the wife, and son are able to get back in time just as things are about to get worse and the construct is almost complete. Kovac goes back in his body, and so does Quell, with nothing wrong with her. She's fine now. She's no longer infected by the Elder. And apparently this was a bad thing. And I kind of feel like, one thing I can think of is, or at least a reference or example, is what happened in the remake for The Ring, where they think that freeing her... Actually, that happened in the Ringu, where they thought by finding her body they would be fine, but it turns out no, that's not the case. Not only was it a bad idea, but you basically freed her to do whatever they want. And sure enough, in some case, that's what ended up happening. Only this, you have a pissed off Elder who has control over their artifacts and more likely is going to incinerate the populace of the planet. But I guess the Elder isn't going to do that yet, because earlier on, Jaeger and Kovac P enter the construct that they're in. Jaeger gets stuck, Kovac P leaves, and Jaeger is left to his own devices. He's able to, I guess, get free of whatever was happening to him. And we get to see the Elder, which I gotta say is actually a really cool design, but we only get to see it for a brief second, so it kind of sucks. But anywho, the Elder leaps into Jaeger and is now possessing him. And the first thing that the I guess Elder Jaeger does is infect the first guy it sees, and that's how the episode ends. Oh boy, I am not looking, and I think there's one more episode of this, so I am not looking forward to seeing what happens. If it's like the last one, it may be bittersweet. Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by to check out this video. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as well as follow us on social media. Links are in the description. Check out gaming content from MJ, Aden, and Magi, as well as our daily content on the YouTube channel. Follow us on our podcast, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. From everybody of Novakast, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.